Hi guys, what's going on? It's Dan here. Welcome to the 4th episode of our Versus series. Today we are testing out the high-end classic cars. I'm going to be in the Coquette BlackFin, costing $695,000, and it is based off of the 1957 Corvette hardtop as well as the 1962 Roadster Shop Corvette.
I am in the Benefactor Stirling, which costs $975,000. It is based on the 1954 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL and also the 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR.
I've brought along the Grotti Stinger GT, which is based off a 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO with some styling cues from a 1964 Shelby Daytona and a 1963 Alfa Romeo Giulia Zagato. And on this game, it's costing $875,000.
So as always, we will begin with the performance of these three cars. So we'll go to our untamed racing driver to find out how fast they are around our track.
Some say he doesn't even have a driving license.
Some say he's Ollie, but that's not true because Ollie never turns up.
Some say he eats badgers.
What we know is he's a maniac. Here he comes.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Is he dead? Do you think he's dead?
Okay, the untamed racing driver's recovered, found his way to the track, and now he's taking the three cars around as fast as he can go, bearing in mind that he is a lunatic. So into the first corner, let's see if he shows any lunacy here. No, pretty controlled in all three cars, to be honest. Now, we have driven these cars before the untamed racing driver got hold of them. We know that the Stirling is a lot more controlled than the other two, but the untamed racing driver, despite being a lunatic, is a good enough driver to not allow the other two cars to slide out. But we're getting some oversteer still from the Coquette, still some understeer from the Stinger, and that Stirling is still the most controlled car here. Already on to the second to last corner now. These cars that quick, and around the final bend. Let's just see which of these comes out on top and across the line.
So we're on to the drag race now. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready!
Alright. There we go. There's the flare.
Oh.
I'm getting ready to win. I'm winning!
Shit. That's close. No, it's
Losing!
not. Okay.
See ya, bitches.
What is the Grotti so bad?
I don't know.
Piggy's gonna
We
win.
tested.
You're not
Three
putting it from me,
Grottis.
Tom.
One of which they haven't seen. They're all poop.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, that
Fair
was a loss for me there.
Grotti was rubbish.
Yeah.
Bloody.
But the winner is the Stirling.
Yeah.
So to round it up after the performance tests, a pretty awesome performance from the Stirling.
Yeah. The Coquette was close behind though. But I did manage to talk to the untamed racing driver, and he says that the Stirling was the most controlled, which we all three of us felt as well upon driving it, and it feels the lightest as well. You've got some oversteer issues from the Coquette, but then you've got a lot of power to compensate. But then the Stinger doesn't have enough power to be quickest down the straight, but it has more power than the standard Stinger, but no driver aids to compensate for that power, so it just slides around and understeers.
So now we're going to go on a little cruise to see which car we think looks the best and sounds the best. So let's... Wait, what are you doing? Oi!
I'm
Go
taking
back
your
here.
car. Nah, you can
So
have
let's
my
go.
car,
Let's
mate.
go for a cruise.
Oh, mate.
Oh my god. Okay. Yep. Let's go.
That's fine.
So we've done the cruise now, and we are at USLA to talk about the looks and sounds of these three cars, and we'll begin with the sound of the Stinger.
I think the Stinger doesn't sound bad, but then there's nothing particularly about it that sounds that good either. It's just a bit sort of meh.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It doesn't sound too special. To be honest, it just sounds like some of the other cars in this game, to be honest.
I agree with you both there. I classed, or I ranked the Stinger as the worst of these three.
Yielded collectively.
Yeah. So moving on to, we'll go with the BlackFin next.
The BlackFin has a really awesome aggressive sound anyway, but I ranked that as my best sounding specifically because of the downshift crackle that you get with that car. It sounds fucking awesome, mate.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I absolutely love that crackle that car sounds. However, I placed that as my second ranked car. I think the Stirling was the best, but we'll get on to that in a second.
I agreed with Sean on this one. I thought the BlackFin sounded the best, just because of that crackle that it has when you lift off the throttle.
Tom, explain why you think the Stirling sounds the best.
I think it sounds the best because I just feel this car just sounds more genuine, if that makes sense. It makes me think,
More mechanical.
yeah, it makes me feel like that's the actual car, because obviously it's based on that. Is it the 300 SL Gullwing coupe thing, Mercedes one?
I've got to agree with you on the Stirling being a high contender for the best sounding car. I was struggling to say that the BlackFin sounded better, and the downshift crackle is also on the Stirling. It's different to the Coquettes though. I would possibly say better.
Yeah. On top of the Stirling, it's one of the only cars that has the unique sound when it starts the engine up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the way the Stirling looks. I think it's the most classical looking of these cars. It looks like a genuine combination of a 300 SL and a 300 SLR, and that's what it is. It looks really good. The only downside to me is the back end. I don't like it on the car it's based on, the 300 SL, and I don't really like it on this either.
I have to say I believe the Stirling is my favourite out of the three cars, and what gains the victory for me with this car is just the doors when they come up. They just look absolutely amazing. As you said, Sean, the back end isn't the greatest, but I love the classic look of the front end of the car.
I think the overall package of the Stirling in terms of looks is pretty damn good, but it didn't win first place for me.
Yeah, I think I agreed with you, Dan, that the Coquette is the best looking of the three cars here. It's got sort of the most simple styling, but it's just the best anyway. I prefer cars with simple but good styling, and that's exactly what the Coquette has.
Yeah.
I thought BlackFin I placed that as second. Don't get me wrong, it is a really good looking car, but compared to the Stirling, I just think overall the Stirling's better.
I'd have to agree with Sean on this one again. I think that the BlackFin looks the best. It just ties in the classical look and still looks clean. There's no details that they've had to try and add to make it look classical. It's a very clean cut design.
And then that leaves the Stinger, which we all said once again was the worst in this case. For me, the fact that it is based on a Ferrari 250 GTO combined with a Alfa Romeo Giulia and a Shelby Daytona is why I don't like the way that car looks, because all three of those cars look extremely good in real life and that car doesn't. It's done no justification to the way any of those cars look. There's just not really a good factor about the way it looks, other than the fact that you can see the engine, but the engine detail on this game is pretty shocking.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with everything Sean said there. The less said about the car, the better. The engine, it's a cool touch, but again, I don't think it looks good.
I think it does look good, but against the other two cars, it doesn't really stand a chance. I think it's because it's gone less towards the classical field and more towards the sport.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd prefer the standard Stinger, the way that looks, which you will see in a future video.
So to summarise, the BlackFin won both looks and sounds, and the Stinger lost both looks and sounds. Okay, so we are now onto the customization of these cars, and we'll begin with the Coquette BlackFin. This has 14 unique upgradable components. It has 2 bumpers, the extended chin spoiler and the custom chin spoiler. It has 1 roll cage, 3 exhausts, the dual shotgun exhaust I have on my car, the straight exit exhausts and the side exit exhausts. 5 hood upgrades, the performance hood which I have on my car, the ram air hood, the carbon hood, the carbon ram air hood and the vented hood. 1 roof upgrade, you can have the stock roof or no roof at all, and 2 spoiler upgrades, the lip spoiler and the ducktail spoiler. Onto the Benefactor Stirling now. This has 9 total unique upgradable components. It has 1 bumper upgrade, you can have the stock rear bumper or the rear bumper delete. 2 exhaust upgrades, the titanium exhaust or the race exhaust. 2 grille upgrades, the twin rally ramps or the quad rally ramps. 1 hooded upgrade, the carbon hood. 2 roll cage upgrades, the roll cage and chassis upgrade. And the rally cage and modifications upgrade. And finally 1 spoiler upgrade, the spare wheel on the back. Now just a quick thing to note, the Grotti Stinger has no unique upgradable components, so it will not score any points in the final scorecard. And here is the scorecard. The overall winner, our overall winner, was the Coquette BlackFin, even though the Benefactor Stirling was in fact the best performance car between the 3. So if you want a car based on performance, we would recommend buying the Benefactor Stirling, even though it did cost the most. But we were pleased with the BlackFin because it came second in both performance tests and it won straight through from then on. If you want to see the behind the scenes of these episodes, there will be a video about that on our main channel. I'll put a link to that in the description. Thank you guys for watching and we'll see you next time.